Welcome, welcome. Welcome everyone to Emuna is Our Future with Corona inspired, COVID-19 inspired. We got to bring out the light from the darkness. This is our whole flow in this world. That's what we're here for. And right now, there's a lot of darkness seemingly around, and the power of our intrinsic Emuna. Amuna is our future. That is the future that we're bringing down now, right now, in this situation. Who would have imagined a few weeks ago? Who would have imagined a few months ago? Amuna Tour and all the other things we were trying to do. Baruch Hashem, we had a beautiful event for Nissan Black planned in Istanbul, and it looked beautiful, a carnival. And look what happened. It's brutal. It was brutal. It was cancelled. Just a few minutes, literally before going on the plane. Suddenly there was a decree, announcement online that there was no more ability to come back to Eretz Yisrael, just to walk in and, just to be able to go home. You'd have to go to quarantine. And this quarantine we spoke about 2 classes before is a wonderful concept in terms of spiritually being more focused on the family, which is, thank God, right now what we're doing. But at the same time, it wasn't what we were looking for, We weren't looking for that kind of Purim experience. So things have changed and we have to refocus. And that is what Emuna is, our future, all about. So we're going to speak a little bit like inner and real, because personally, I freaked out a little bit, Motzi Shabbos, Saturday night, because, there's like only so much trauma a person can take, like in terms of, as Gedalia Fenster said it very clearly, going out your comfort zone, going to places where, I don't really want to Saturday night be going shopping. That's not what I plan on doing after wonderful Shabbos and a wonderful Purim. Other than the whole challenge of, losing money and changing bookings and things and flights and cancelling and all this stuff, which is a very big challenge when you're in that business. But there was also, after wonderful, wonderful Purim, there was an opportunity to go ahead anyway and just accept this is the will of God, and everyone's going through that on some level, that you can't be in control anymore, how you're making your money and how you're running your show. You got to just sort of like go with the flow. So that the flow is that you got to change focus. So for us right now in BRESLEV Israel, and Emuna is our future, with, thank God, the wonderful hosting of Rav Shalom Arush, we have the ability to focus online, and that was what happened today. That's like flipped it around after feeling so vulnerable, and like my wife fell over the shopping and the panic, and my kids are at home and now they want to go out, the older ones, and socialize, and everybody understand this, all the different decrees, and we're like trying to explain to them and pour our heart, please stay home, please, you can't go out, you can't socialize right now, you can't just do how things were, things have to change, you can't just go wherever you want. That every time someone goes there with Corona, like to one of these places, so it's announced, and then everyone has to check if they were there, and then have to go into quarantine. It's like, it's a bit of a crazy situation. And the new security thing, they're checking the phones and digital, whatever the words are, analysts, or they're looking into our where we go and our location and our apps and all this kind of stuff. And you start to think, whoa, what's going down? So then, thank God, I had the blessing after a bunch of, let's say a week of challenges, and thank God a beautiful, beautiful Purim in Yerushalayim to sort of cancel out some of these feelings, that I had the pleasure after going from Purim to see Rav Orish today. And you saw, I put it online. I don't know, anyone listening to me should have already waved for sure. Listen to Rav Elgrod and to Rav Orish, and the translation that Rav Elgrod did, and Rav Orish, thank God, said Rav Shalom Arush, he's up for the war. He's ready for this Corona war. He says it's about Emuna, and he walked in with such a simcha, as if like today was the best day of the year. Today was like the day where the Mashiach's coming. Where like, this is Geula, this is redemption, this is no more exile. This is the feeling he walked in, and he gave over such Emuna, such simple concepts of advice, and really in the simplicity is really where it's all at. So like we have to just tune in and not overcomplicate every single thing in our life, and realize that there's a certain simplification going on now, like a cleansing, like Gedalia Fence was saying, like this certain purification of the world. We had Parshas Parah just now, and we're purifying everything that was all the craziness that's been going on in the world with all the politics and all the anxiety and all the like negative speech, and suddenly we're coming to a new reality, and we see, just go listen, go watch, listen to the words, and please God, we'll put out edited versions of Rav Shalom's class today and all the different questions we ask and what we ask of you. Remember, this is not just like me speaking. This is an opportunity now to connect to someone much bigger than me, Rav Shalom Morish, and tune into what he can give over right now. He's available. He's making himself available. That's what he said today to me personally and to the team, that he is available for questions and to give over answers and encouragement. You just have to send it to my email, eli.goldsmith@breslev.co.il. It will be underneath, and you've seen it probably 100 times if you're following these videos. But the idea is that email that, a question, and please God, eventually we'll get the answers through Ravel God from Rav Orish himself. We'll get out hopefully some more videos. Hopefully there won't be a massive lockdown. According to Rav Orish, this is like not going to affect us in any way, in any real way, even though it seemingly has. But then all those things were supposed to be. That's our Emuna, that's our B'tochen, that's our understanding that everything that seems to have happened so far, all the changes, the fact, for example, the kids, so that is in itself a big opportunity. That's the idea, that the challenges of bringing opportunities for us to now step up and have more love and connection to our children, even the ones who are fighting us a little bit. I want to go out, I want to see my friends. It's magzim, you're just making it more than it is. Look, this yeshiva is still going, and that place is still doing, and that mikveh, and that shuk, and that place, and this thing, and everything, and everyone's very confused. So what we have to do is just clarify, simply. One, thank God, there's simple rules that we can all tune into on a simple level. And I was listening to some podcasts as well, and you start to hear that people in the world, not just here in Israel, but everywhere in the world, is getting affected by this. It's a big opportunity for everyone to wake up a little bit and to pay attention to what they do with their eyes, with what they do with their mouth, what they do with their nose. I'm not meant to be touching it, but I've just got my Purell here, so you don't have to worry. Yes, I come Purelled. So you shouldn't be touching all these things. It's okay. Maybe we'll put a little bit on, just demonstrate our cleanliness over here. Purification of the soul is what we're talking about. So that is, yes, hello from LA. So everyone right now needs this chizuk. So I got to be even more focused in giving that chizuk, and even more so, I just need to be around Rav Orish, because he's giving over this light and this chizuk today, and you're going to get those edited classes, plus the DHC, you're going to get the daily halachas corner from Rav God. He's going to give over practical halachas, please God, every day. We're going to upload them. That's part of my Emuna team work. And Baruch Hashem, where are we heading? We're heading from Purim to Pesach. This is a beautiful Torah from Rav Nachman in the Likutei Moharan. I have it right next to me here. And in the Likutei Moharan in Torah Ayin Daled, in the second Pash, Ayin Daled is in English is 74. In the second Chalik, in the second part of Likutei Moharan, there Rabbi Nachman says, Pesach, a mouth speaks. This is the preparation from Purim to Pesach. You will not leave the Purim empty. You will not leave Egypt empty. You will not leave this exile empty. Everything you need is going to be provided for. And all you need to do is Pesach. Open your mouth and speak. That's what Rabbi Nachman, that's what Rabbi Nachman ben Simcha ben Feiga, that's what Rav Shalom Morish has been giving over, thank God, for so many years. Thank God we've all had the merit to open up the Garden of Emuna series and learn. And thank you Hashem, see miracles and all these wonderful books. And we now have wonderful sales, opportunities of free shipping. Yes, shipping continues. The world has not ended. Don't believe the media. Don't let it drive you crazy. Keep focused in on the Emuna. Allow yourself to sort of purify a little bit, simplify. There's no big Pesach programs, unfortunately. It makes a difference. Someone booking like me, it can be a little bit difficult. And this year, funny enough, I didn't have any, so I didn't lose on that one. But the idea is that Unity bookings, what I worked for on the side, alongside Emuna Tours, this process, like we wanted South Africa, we wanted a wonderful tour. We just got today the postponing letter from our main host there and the other hosts as well. And that's okay. It's all right, because one, we have the online world. Rav Orish is ready to receive your questions, to receive your opportunities to connect to him online. And our Emuna Tour 2020 goes ahead online, and everyone can connect in. Maybe, Bezat Hashem, we hope, by midsummer this will be sorted out. That's what we're praying. It should go away as soon as possible. Hashem can make it go away in a moment, clarifying. By Pesach, it can be gone. As we're cleaning away the chametz, We're cleaning away our souls. We're working on the inner levels of our home and our being. We can clean away all these viruses, areas, all this chometz, all this yeshus, all this feeling of the I'm something, egoist kind of world mindset nowadays. All these big players making big statements and putting down everybody. We can clean that all off, clean that away from our being, and get focused in on that. That you can't just fill up a hole anymore. There's even Rav Orish, on his huge madrigas, on this huge level, he was saying himself, it's the first time in his life he's not allowed to give a shir. He's never not given his shir. His whole life of being a rabbi and giving over Emuna, this is the first time he's cancelling his classes in Emuna, and it just shows you how seemingly intense this whole situation is. But at the same time, here we are, we're talking, we're connecting, and I've been doing this for months, maybe years, of speaking to myself almost in a room or on my phone. I've got my podcast, Unity Flow, Relationship Flow. We're going to talk a little bit about how amazing Purim was, and now the opportunity to connect in to your family and to your friends, to really flow and to really care about other people. Make sure you're not just busy hustling. Now you can actually slow down a bit and give a time to the people you love. We can't just keep running and running. There's I don't want to talk no good about anybody, but there is whole societies of just running and making money, and there's no connection to God, God forbid. And there's like this world, a reality of just making money, and then they come back to someone like me and they say, "Oh, because you need money." No, you need money. But then what's happening? Well, you also don't have money right now. You don't have much going on right now. So what do you have? What's inside? We could panic, buying, shopping, running around crazy for toilet paper. That's what it comes down to. No, it comes down to Emuna. It comes down to opportunities now to really focus in on your relationships. And really the world is being shaken up, but it's for a good cause. It's for a good process. It's a cleansing. Obviously, we want everything to happen with kindness and rachamim and mercy. We will have to, like as Gedalia very nicely said, we have to forgive people in our life. And the Rav was saying we have to only speak good about people in our life. We have to really work on this. The whole virus is connected to the mouth and the lungs. So we have to really breathe and just feel good towards people. Allow ourselves to have betochen, trust. Allow ourselves to feel connected. I was mummish going crazy and my wife, just like the Rav, was on her level. And I hold of my wife, my holy soulmate, if she's listening. She was able to just the whole time, this is for the good. No, I see this is for the good. I actually really needed to stop. I've just been pushing in my life so much, which is an exercise teacher, an amazing exercise teacher, and she just needs to just slow down a little bit and spend time and focus in on the home and actually give some schooling for the children in a personal, loving way, and not just, throw them off to school because you just need space. Now we can actually connect with them and not have all the hassles and pressures that sometimes schools bring, unfortunately. And we have the opportunity now to become a little bit like teachers and to tune into what is the flow that our children need so that they can learn and grow in a real way. With all the wonderful online classes, and please God, we're going to put ours for more for the adult level, but then there's all these children level stuff. There's so much online resources, and it's amazing in the good way, in a positive way. And that, once again, it's purifying a little bit the internet, that it's there actually to help people in these kind of situations, to give us ability to connect, to have more unity, to have more unifying forces in the world. So we would like to just remind everyone that we have a Parsha, and there's a Torah, and there's a Shulchan Aruch, and there's things to be busy with as well on a spiritual level. Like we spoke about the power of learning, and we've spoken about this many times, of Yaka Pekudi. This for me was my first time I actually really learned any Torah. When I was 18, 19, first doing tshuva over 20-something years. I just turned 40, would you believe it? Purim was my birthday. We celebrated, if anyone follows me online, we had some nice cakes, some nice balloons, and we celebrated 40 years in the world. It's a time of understanding, internalization, and we get to the time when I suddenly think back to 21, 22 years ago, when I was with my bro-in-law to be, and we were learning Vayako, and the idea of this kehila, this bringing together all the neshamas, this kehila, that we're a kehilas Yaakov. There's a certain ability to unify and join everyone together through this experience of Corona, that you can have inspiration, and the opposite, turn it around from fear to fear of Hashem, to awareness of Hashem, of His oneness, and how every minute of life is a gift, and every breath is a gift, and every ability to speak and to see and to touch and to connect in a loving way is a gift. Don't take for granted the human relationships we have, our relationship with God, our relationship with Ben Chaver, as Rav Arush said today, the Corona's Gematria Ben Chaver, how we treat other people. That's one idea, that's oneness, for Kehila, V'Yachkol, to join everyone together and to bring it into this place of holiness, the Mishkan, like we said, the quarantine, spoke about it already in Truma, this idea, this quarantine, and we spoke about last week about the masks and the clothings and in Pekudi, and this idea of connection, the Vekas to Hashem, like the Kohen Gadol, become one, to pray and connect with the power of the mouth, to really pray for good times ahead, to give ourselves over. This is the time, as Gedalia said so rightly, where there's nothing else to do but turn to Hashem. That's the only answer. There's no other answer. There's no opportunities for anyone else to bail you out. Someone's offering me a job, wonderful opportunity. What's the answer? Hashem. I don't have any other. The job's like, who knows when that will be, can't be an opportunity again. We are now in a situation of actually getting much closer to spirituality than we ever had, and to really understand what our godliness and our soul is, and to understand what our mission is, to be like a Kohen Gadol, to be able to go into the Holy of Holies, to have that kind of connection to godliness in our inner self, to go inside, to inside our home, to inside ourselves, to be more inwards, and not to be so pulled outwards into all the restaurants and all the craziness that goes on and all the fashion. It doesn't matter right now. What are you going to do? Who are you dressing up for? Who are you going to be showing off for? There's nobody to show off to. Where are you going to do it? Online you're going to show off, take how many pictures. I mean, in the end, until you actually see someone, it's not like, that's not the focus now. And everyone in the world is going to have to reschedule themselves in a more pure, focused manner. And that's good. It's cleansing. It's purifying. And we should all grab this opportunity, really internalize it, and make it a part of our life, so we don't continue to just carry on the way the world was, so that these kind of horrible things happen and there's no purpose to it, God forbid. These horrible things are all really on an inner level, is that if there's only one God and there's only one truth and there's only one world of people, of unity, of mankind, of Yisrael, of this neshamas, of these soul levels, and you bring it all together, V'Yachkol, Pekudi, to come and connect Poked with Hashem, and to complete the parshas of Shmos, of the time, the whole, as the Ramban says, the whole Sefer Shmos is Sefer Geula. It's a book of redemption. This is the time we're preparing from Purim to Pesach, Gula Samech Gula. We are now in a time for the Gula, or the redemption, to be connected of Purim at the end of generations to the connection of the original first Geula, which is ultimately culminating in the ultimate Geula, the ultimate redemption. And we are tuning into that light right now with the completion of the Dalet Parshas. It's Chodesh Zelachem. We're connecting into Rabbi Nachman's birthday, someone who brought so much light of his Chadshus, of renewal, and Pesach, how to speak, and to connect into this kind of light that exists in the world on a true level, an inner level, and not to get pulled down by all the crazy worries and fears. And I had, like last night, I was like the opposite. I wasn't thinking any of these true thoughts. I was completely pulled into the media and Bibi standing there and all the health people and all the police and all the threats and all the stress and all the worry. And then the next day we're sitting and talking about Rabbi Nachman, and we're talking about the truth, and that's the truth. And we had the schus to look at the Saddic's face of this generation, Rav Arush and other Siddiqim, and connect to our friends in the world, people like Gedalia, people who are spreading chizuk. We should join together. All the people spreading chizuk, we're all unifying, we're all working together. It's not just my group, your group, that group, this group. Everyone's one truth, one nation, one world, and one spiritual reality. And this is the opportunity. We're feeling it right now. A certain universal feeling of waking up to the true purpose of mankind, and not to get dissuaded by this opportunity right now that's in front of us. So I'm just going to breathe a little bit. Wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful week. That they should really use these special days that we're in, even though they're very challenging, but to understand that the challenging bring us closer, and to turn that darkness, that fear, into light and joy, to end off Ado, Mishanik Masada, Marbin Besimcha, to increase our joy, and the more the seemingly fear that's going, the more the joy to really to believe, hold on strong, to really, really, truly have Emuna. It's Rak Chazak Amat, said Moshe to Yeshua, to the Jewish people, to the world only strength and courage. That is the three words that we need to constantly strengthen ourselves with all the time, no matter what. And that will give us the power to go ahead into a new time of the temple, time of Vayikra, where Hashem's calling out to us, and it's not just happenstance. So in Aleph, everything starts to make sense. We're going into a new Chodesh, Chodesh Nisan, the Rosh Chodesh Hazel Lachem. Already in the new week, we'll be talking about that and how we're crowning the kings. Please God, we'll be able to make more classes that will be edited soon, and you'll see everything looking nice the way it should. And in the meanwhile, just keep sharing and reaching out, connecting. Would love to have the Emuna tour through the online experience, and eventually, please God, together in Yerushalayim and the whole world together with Emuna and the Beis Hamikdash, the third temple, where we'll see the ultimate level of revelation of what true inspiration is and true good health, to spiritualize our human body, our flesh, so it should be alive. It should have energy and light. Like Moshe was shining, we should shine. We shouldn't be down. We should shine light and inspiration to everywhere we go, to light up the world and to bring the world into a place of Dir Tachtona, where Hashem would want to reside here. His presence will be here. And obviously, if Hashem is here, is only life and eternal life, and all the negative fears and things fall away to reveal the true oneness of Hashem. Amen. Enjoy. Feel good and share yours. Love the attention you get with family and friends.